Hello everyone, welcome to Spirit World Insights. I'm Jackie, and today we're going to talk about disharmony as a starseed when it comes to being human. This topic is something that is very familiar for me. I have a lot of disharmonies being a human, and Archangel Metatron came to me about a week ago and said that this is a good topic and that it's time to be able to share this. So that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, for those of you that are new to my channel or maybe this playlist, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. So I am excited to be here today. This is a topic that when he said that he wanted to be able to elaborate on it, I was all in because of the fact that it is something that I'm very familiar with. Let's talk about why Archangel Metatron, which for those of you that are new, he is one of my main guides. And as a spiritual medium and healer, he's been teaching me tools and techniques for the past 7 years in order to help bring my own physical vessel into the highest crystalline state in order to complete my mission. And he helps me out. He gives me the tools and techniques I need in order to be able to make that happen. And then in doing so, I really love teaching. And so I put the two together. I learn, I experience, and then I share. So that's why he's coming. That's why he's bringing this stuff through. And when I asked him the other day, I was like, okay, so what exactly do you want me to say as far as why we're bringing up this topic now? And he said, well, 9/9, which is today, is a spiritual, it's a spiritual day of resurrection. It's being able to take some of the information that's been building up and having what you might call an aha moment. It's a revelation of sorts. So he said that on a 9/9 portal, when there's a spiritual revelation that's taking place, it's a really good time to start bringing up some of the things that are being cleared within the human, okay? Because he says there's a lot of suffering. There's a lot of starseeds that are suffering out there, and they really want to know, why is this happening to me? Do I need to be alarmed? Have I done something wrong? And then just having another concept on what can you do about it so that you can move on and move forward. And so I'm assuming that's why he is bringing this topic up now. I'm again choosing to talk about it because I do understand it. It's very familiar to me. And because I am a channel, I am willing to work with him and let him bring these messages through for all of us at this time. Now, keep in mind, being a starseed, we come from higher dimensional planets and star systems. So when we choose to come into the earth plane, we know that we're dropping density. We're going to be challenged. Not to mention, most of us came in with amnesia. We don't remember who we are and where we come from until it awakens. And so there's a challenging time period there. And there's a lot of suffering that takes place when you realize, sometimes even from being really little, you realize that you don't fit in, or that you even remember that you really aren't supposed to be here. You might have told your parents, I'm not supposed to be here. I didn't belong here. It's because you typically incarnate out there in other planets, in other star systems that are very different than this human Earth one is. But there's a lot of us that chose to come on board to help out with this ascension. And for a lot of us, it's our last lifetime on this planet. Maybe we've had just a few, maybe we've had a many, a lot. And some of us, this might be the first time. Imagine if you're a starseed having the first time on this planet, how difficult that is. So what we're going to talk about today, Metatron wants to bring some of these struggles that you may have dealt with younger, or maybe you're still processing and dealing with now, so that you can have a better understanding of why. Okay? I will say, where you are when you're listening to this video, please be conscious that if you've got kids around, and if you don't really want them tapping into this type of information yet without you being able to channel that information through to them, then be aware of that. This may trigger some of you a little bit, just because of some of the topics that we are going to discuss, but I assure you that everything is to just bring about the awareness again of who you are, maybe what you've brought into this vessel at this time, and that it's being called forth to be processed so that you can get on with your mission. Metatron says that when we come in to this lifetime, one of the most evident things, I think, for most all, I would just say probably all starseeds. I'd be surprised if there are any that didn't, especially if you have incarnated on this planet at least one or more times before this one, that you're going to come in and have childhood challenges of some sort. So yeah, Metatron's like, let people know that he's channeling this information through, it's to raise your vibration, to get you back up into these crystalline forms, okay, so that you can get on with your mission. And it's to unlock your dormant DNA, to bring about the clarity, the serenity, the relief, the understanding of who you are, so that you can feel like you can step into your empowerments. Okay, so challenging childhoods. We have challenging childhoods because we have to bring forth any karmic or lessons that we did not learn previously into the forefront so that we can get on with our mission. And I'll say that again. We will bring through very quickly in this lifetime that we're in all of the karmic things that were unfinished, unresolved, lessons that were not learned that still need to be implemented, that the soul wants to implement under contract probably. Those have to be dealt with and brought to the surface before your mission really gets into, before the ascension started. That stuff needed to be dealt with. Okay, so if you were born into trauma and drama and chaos, it was to reveal those things within you that are ready to be healed, ready to be processed, ready to be dealt with, so that you can step in and embody all of your power of who you are and why you're here. Okay, those of you that feel lost, alone, separated, or disconnected, this is also very common, because coming in, and if you know that you're from a different star system or a planet, and you're on this earth plane and you're in this body that you're not typically maybe in, then you feel disconnected. You might have, as a child, told your mom, told your parents, I don't belong here. I don't know what I'm doing here. That's very, very common. Or it could actually even be starseeds that come in and you know that you're a part of unity. You're always one, together as one, where if you're in certain higher realms that there is no separation. You come to earth and you're like, oh, I can be separated. And so you just kind of instantly go out into nature and you live off grid. You're like, I'm going to take full advantage of not having to attach to anybody and to be able to have complete solitude and silence. And it's like, you know, woohoo, I can separate, because that's what we allow here, you know, is to have that separation. So that's common. The other thing that Metatron's saying is, as a starseed, some of you are going to come in, especially if it's your last lifetime, you're going to come in and you're going to dive straight into the 3D stuff. You're going to want to be in that 3D vessel and be able to get all the good 3D stuff out of it. And so you want to be here. You're excited to be here to experience these things. But like I said, those of you that are like, I just want to do the mission and I want to go home, you're the ones that are more likely to feel disconnected, feel out of place, feel alone, wanting to be separate. Yeah, okay. All right, no desire to be wanted or needed. Yeah, that goes along with the same thing. Or an over desire to be wanted or needed. Again, just depending on what your mentality was. Did I come in for this lifetime to really embrace the 3D, or am I like, nope, just let me help the 3D and then leave? So maybe you are really active and engaged, and maybe you're not. Superpowers naturally. Okay, superpowers naturally just means that we come by our gifts and talents with ease. They're going to turn on when it's time for them to turn on, whether you like it or not. Now, here's one thing that Metatron will say. He says, if you choose not to step in to the gifts, the superpowers that you have coming in from all of your past, your other planets, your other lifetimes, whatever that might be, it's okay. Our Creator is not the type that's going to give you a gift and then take it away just because you're not using it. You're still going to have it, okay? But he will say that if you choose not to use or step into your gifts and talents, that you will probably be reminded of them when you end up in a place of suffering or confusion, because they're meant to help you get through it, okay? But again, it's your choice on whether you tap into them and utilize them in this lifetime, but they do come naturally to you. Okay, let's see. Oh, don't like clothes. This one's kind of funny. This one makes me laugh. So yeah, if you don't typically incarnate in a planet, or if you're in a star system, there's no clothing. Clothing is optional, maybe. And so on this planet, you would have been like, what is it? You know, why do I need, why do I need these? So that might have been something that you dealt with, especially as a child. I wouldn't think that you would be dealing with it, you know, as an adult, maybe, hopefully not. But as a child, definitely, especially as a young, like, baby, for sure. Those babies that are constantly taking their diapers off and things like that, yeah, they're probably not typically human. Okay. I say that in a good way. We come from all these amazing, incredible places. So, all right. Okay. We take non-attachment with ease. It is very easy when you're a higher dimensional being to non-attach, to not step into the immersion of the full 3D spectrum. It's easy for us to step back and be like, nope, I'm just going to observe. I'm good. I'm just going to watch. Maybe you have vivid dreams or astral travel. It's very likely that your angels and guides that are connected with you from these other star spaces are going to continue to connect with you through your clear abilities and through your dreams. And they will call you to astral travel, because it's very likely that you're still needed where you come from just as much as you're needed here. So you may find that you do a lot of work overnight while you're sleeping, because when you are sleeping, the ego is out of the picture and you're able to be your full authentic self. So yeah, lots of different things can happen at night. Okay, we're going to tap in now to food allergies and element allergies. So again, if you are incarnating on a different planet or star system where you don't deal with food, maybe you don't deal with water the same way, and air, then it's common that you come into this system with difficulties. Okay? It could be that anytime the wind goes into your ears, maybe you get sick, maybe you have jaw issues or gland issues just because of the air getting inside. That would be a disharmony with the wind. If you have food allergies, the disconnection and disharmony with the earth in general. If you've got allergies to waters, like you say, you drink water and your stomach gets upset, that you're very sensitive to the waters. Again, this can just be because of being a starseed. All right. And these are the types of things that Metatron has given me over the past 3 years, the tools and techniques to heal those. So don't hesitate to reach out to me if you want to work one-on-one and find out how to clear that kind of stuff. That saved my life. That was a game changer to heal all of those, because I had allergies to all of the elements based off of the other lifetimes that I've had and where I come from. So that was a big one for me. Okay, the next would be gender issues. And, this is the one, again, depending on, who you're around, where you're located right now. Maybe you want to, just be aware that that's the topic we're coming into now. And I'm not going to get really deep into this topic. I just want to bring it forward because Metatron, I want to say it was a couple years ago, he brought through the awareness that there are a lot of starseeds that have gender issues, because if you typically incarnate in a specific form or not in a form at all, you're not a male or female, then what happens is there's confusion when you first come in. From experience for me, I'm actually not in a form. I'm usually a light being. But when I do take form, I usually prefer to be male. But it's been pretty almost 50-50. It's close, but I could tell when I was born, there was a confusion on, well, what is this? Not only with what is this body, oh God, not again, but it's more like, I don't know, for some reason I thought that I was supposed to be a boy, and that created some confusion because I was not the girly girl, and yet it was interesting, because what Metatron says is that what you end up picking is what will serve your purpose in your mission. And you are the only one that really is going to be able to tap into the essence of understanding that. In order to be who you ought to be for your mission in this lifetime, in order to achieve what you want to achieve, what gender did you pick so that you could allow that to manifest? I ended up, I want to say probably till about age 8, I just did boy stuff. I was like, screw it, if I'm a girl, whatever. And I just did boy stuff. I was real outdoorsy and just did a lot of I didn't play with dolls, things like that. The typical girl thing. And not that only going, you know what I mean. I was not a Barbie doll person. But then I realized, I was like, no, I need to embrace this. I need to step into this. This is fine. This is going to be okay. And I realized that being a girl was what allows me to be very nurturing, because I needed to be nurturing in this lifetime. I needed to not be the male dominant yang. I needed to be the female yin in order to cultivate my gifts, to be able to allow them in with ease and grace to manifest and to be a part of that co-creation. And then now, where I am now is right in the middle, because I hope everyone knows this. We all have masculine and feminine energy in the body, and having that harmony in between is the essence of where you can really reside and be in joy. Okay. And so if you had or are still having these types of issues where you're like, I don't really fit into this body, just ask yourself, was it my choice? Because it was your choice. It was a part of your contract in order to help you be who you're designed to be? Or was it to help you to even make different choices or choose something else in order to connect, to learn, in order to comprehend a different aspect and then make a change? You're going to learn no matter what. You're going to learn no matter what you choose. But sometimes just being able to understand Metatron says, just being able to understand is the revelation that he's bringing through. Okay. Maybe you're a nature buff, and you are because it's fuel. You always wanted to be outside. You still want to be outside. It's outdoor, outdoor, outdoor. Just remember that when you're outdoor, use the intention that nature is fuel, and it will be even more fueling, okay, than if you're just out walking around, just to be walking around. Have the intention that you're breathing in the trees, the water, the air, the earth as fuel, and it is your fueling system, period. We are not meant to fuel off of other people. We are meant to be fueled by Gaia. Okay. Maybe you don't, as a starseed, you didn't come in and you're thrilled with duality. You don't like light, dark, good, bad. Again, because maybe you didn't have that where you came from. Maybe for me, I remember being little, and every time my dad would turn on wrestling. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but there he had every Saturday night was wrestling, and I would just sit on the couch and cry. And they were like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I don't like them to fight. I was like, I don't like watching them beat up on each other for no reason. I wanted no part of it, but I had nowhere else really to escape at that age. And so it was torture for me. But yeah, not liking conflict, okay, is another very common starseed thing. You might not understand why other people are searching for love and friends in the 3D. Yeah, this is another one that I do. I'm like, why do you guys need to like search for stuff? Why do you have to like try to find love or try to find a friend, or, you know, we're just unified. Aren't we? That's what I remember being in elementary school. I was like, what do you mean I got to try to be your friend? It made no sense to me. And I was pretty good on my own anyway. But it makes me laugh because everybody was trying so hard to be friends or to get a girlfriend or a boyfriend and all of that. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I just had that unified mentality that why do you have to go outside of that? Until you get conditioned, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, so yeah. Were you like that too? Some of you? Yeah. Okay. And then I wrote dislike 3D, unsatisfied with it. Yeah. When we dislike the 3D, chaos, confusion, drama, trauma, not interested. Again, because it's not your norm. It's not something that's familiar to you. It's not something that you want to be a part of. And so you tend to right? Want to disconnect. Take me out. I just want to go back into neutrality. There's a lot of things in the 3D. Again, because of duality, polarities, having an experience. Human beings are here to have an experience, period. Doesn't matter whether it's good or bad. It's an experience, and it levels up your soul. It levels it up. There's no judgment. Everything comes from God. Everything goes back. Yep. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So if you dislike some of those 3D things, we'll go into money. Do you have a disharmony with money? Your planet maybe doesn't have money. So why do you have it here? I don't want to have an attachment. This is where I was coming from. I was like, I don't want to have an attachment to something like that. Why would I want to have an attachment to something like that? This brings in the minimalist issue, which I think I talked about that already. Again, you're trying to downsize. You're trying to simplify. Man, Metatron brought that through 3 years ago. He was like, simplify, simplify, simplify. And that for me was disconnection from attachments. And yeah. Okay, so disliking 3D, having money issues. Maybe it comes easier for you to take the observer position. Like I said, disconnect, step back, no attachments, just observe. Let me just take at least a 4D. I always describe the dimensions like this. 3D is like being in a pool with every body. You can only see what's right around you. 4D is like getting on the diving board, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I know that person over there on the other side of the pool. That's cool. Hey. So you can observe and get a little bit higher, right? 5D, aerial view. Aerial view, you can see it all. You can see what your options are when you take these higher perspectives into higher consciousness. Okay, do you want to be in the pool with all the goo? Do you want to be on the diving board where you can see where your options are? Do you want to be aerial where you can feel like, oh, these are where the opportunities are. This is where it all plays out. That's how this connects to that. That connects to that. Where do you want to be? And if you are likely choosing to be up there, again, probably a starseed. All right. Wanting to take that as a neutral zone. Okay, so those are the things that I wrote down that Metatron had channeled through with me. And the reason he is bringing this through is because if you are in disharmony with these things that I've mentioned, then it is causing disharmony with being a human. And when you have disharmony with being a human, you're gonna suffer. Okay. I'm just asking him, I'm like, how do you want me to go into this next topic? He goes, gently. When you have suffering that's keeping you from stepping into your powers and embodying who you're meant to be as a starseed, then the disharmonies that create the suffering need to be addressed. Because if you want to complete your mission, if you want to do it with joy, if you want ease and grace to find you, then you have to find the harmony with being human. Okay, I'm going to give you the example that I can best relate to. So let's see, how do I want to say this? I definitely had a lot of disharmony between my higher self and the 3D human self, okay? I wanted nothing to do with relationships, the need to seek or find it. I wanted nothing to do with petty things like money, food, water. I just come from a place where I am usually of light and I don't need those things. And I brought that in, and it created a imbalance for me. I really struggled with, it's like a fight, like this is a part of who we are here. If we're in 3D, and even though we're ascending into 5D, we're not there yet, and we've had to live so many years, however many X years of our lives in the 3D, and if you are out of sync with that, then you're not, things are not going well, right? And so what Metatron brought to me was, he just brought it into my awareness. He was like, Jackie, this is what's going on with you, okay? You've got the 3D, and you're trying to where's money? Oh, there it is. Oh, but I lost it, right? And oh, there's relationships. Oh, and then I lost it. It's because of the disharmony. It's because I was not committing to being a human. And when he came to me and he said, I need you to commit to being a human, my first response was, oh, hell no. I'm not doing it. Because I thought that I would have to dive into the 3D or possibly even be sucked back into it and then not be able to hold my higher states of consciousness. And this is the nitty-gritty of it all. This is what this whole video really is all about. Is if you're in disharmony with 3D things, being a human, he's like, you gotta commit. But it doesn't mean, he assured me, because I was like, I'm not doing it unless you show me. I was like, please show me what will be good, what good I can get out of that, because I was like refusing to be sucked back into a 3D mentality. And he was like, no, you can continue to hold and embody those higher states of consciousness, but just commit to the essence of the 3D as it being something that you can tap into, but you do not feed from. It is not a fuel, it is a asset. That's what he's saying. He's like, it's not your fuel, it's just an asset. So he showed me that I would be able to make connections with others. I would be able to have harmony with food and water. I would be able to have harmony with money, with work, with all that type of stuff, as long as I commit to being here. And that's what he's bringing through, is to ask yourself, have you committed to being in your human form so that you can tap into those aspects and help draw them into the 5D? Can you connect with them so that you can survive? Really, it's about being able to survive with ease and grace, to find your joy, to hold your joy, to hold that neutral space without suffering. Because I got to tell you, honestly, I was not on board, and I definitely was not committing to be a human. But I was suffering, and I kept thinking, why can't I just be there and not have to deal with this here And he was like, we need you. Okay, he's coming through again. He's like, we need you, Starseeds, boots on the ground, physical vessels, to be able to keep those higher states of consciousness, to keep those gifts and talents that you have and bring them through to transform this stuff. He goes, so yeah, we need you to commit to being a human. And he goes, and just remember, it's just temporary, and then you get to go home. I hope this is bringing about, again, the revelation, the spiritual revelation that maybe you needed to help explain why, how, what needs to happen in order for you to continue on your journey. Why does your disharmony exist, basically? Because there's no reason to play the blame or shame game. Nope, waste of time. You chose all of this. You just have to ask yourself, why? Why did I choose this? Why did I agree? My question to Metatron was, why did I agree to say yes? That I would come here. But these are all real issues. This is another thing that I wrote as I channeled him. These are all real issues that stem from real experiences that you just don't remember. Main thing in order to help yourself is to commit to being a human for now. All right, and then I wrote, if you are like me, lots of hesitation in doing that. He says that 3 of the main things that you can do in order to help you feel embodied and empowered as you commit to being a human are these 3 intentions. You want to set healthy boundaries for yourself, to be able to have divine discernment within your heart on what's authentic and what isn't, and then be able to tap into the love of the highest good of all. He goes, when you can tap into those 3 things, that they will keep you grounded and they will keep you in alignment with who you are and what you're meant to do. Healthy boundaries, divine discernment, and the highest good of all. Okay. He says, then you'll be able to make choices that help you to become more alignment and in harmony with being a human being. And then you can begin to heal each one of those issues. And like I said, Archangel Metatron has brought through for me over the past 3 years. I've been working with him for 7 years. And when he came in 3 years ago, I'm gonna start teaching you the techniques to start healing this stuff. Why do you have these disharmonies? This is why. Go back to the root source. Maybe it's from the other planet. Maybe it's from another lifetime. Whatever it might be, he shows me how to go back, and then the technique to heal it, to bring it through. So if you are interested in doing that for yourself, that's where I am happy to help you with private sessions. You can always visit my website to sign up for those, see what options that you have. It's clearvibration.com. Changed my life. Totally changed my life when I did that. Let's see, what else did he want me to say? Okay, yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap up. Okay, I hope this video has been helpful for those of you that have definitely said aware that you've had disharmony with the 3D or being human. Again, these are just a few of the main issues that I personally have experienced or witnessed throughout the years as a starseed myself. Know that we are here to heal and repair ourselves, not just to serve others. You know, we come in and it's just like the airplane. You got to put the mask on yourself before you put it on other people. So if you're trying to help others and you're really struggling because something's not syncing up, it could be that you need to go back and repair something from the past, okay? Something that's in disharmony. And And then, yeah, just the fact that he's awakened me to all of this is, again, the reason that I'm bringing this through to share it with you guys, because you deserve to also understand this more deeply, just like I have. Yeah, like I said, it's life-changing. If you know anyone else, maybe, you know, if this video does not resonate with you, but you know someone else that it would, that this type of information can help, please share it. And I appreciate everybody watching today. Thanks for joining me. And like I said, it's time to commit to being a human. It's temporary, but it's necessary. Okay, let me think what else. For those of you that have not watched the Awakened Healer, that is the new Healing Moments with Spirit playlist. Those are going to be lots of great techniques that Metatron has given me that I will start to share. Not this one in particular, but some of the easier ones that you can do on your own. That's really fun. There's so many great things that he likes to share. And also Baba's Essence is just a few minutes of meditation with photographs. So I hope that you will check that out too if you haven't already. All right, if you like this video, please give it one of those. And like I said, share if you know someone else that would be interested. And if you would like to receive notifications on all of the videos that I upload, at least 3 a week, please do so. Subscribe. All right, take care, everyone. Like I said, I hope that this has helped. All right, bye.